Okay, so now there are a couple of things that we have to do. The first one is download this auto IT location, like from here, and then install it. Okay, so that will be our new one. Let me open a new notepad. Okay, so this is the location that you need to download. Along with that, okay, once you install this, what it will look like is actually the auto IT is used for automating a standalone applications in Windows. You know the meaning of standalone applications, right? The notepad, it is a standalone application for this Windows. Okay, or the Skype, or like any of these tool that it can which is having its own UI, GUI, we call it as standalone applications. So generally, Auto IT is used for automating these applications. For example, you can launch a notepad, you can write something on the notepad, and then you can save that notepad and then close it. So all these operations can be done automatically through using Auto IT. Okay. So now I'll show you where this Auto IT can, let's say, yeah, this is installed, right? Maybe you can go here. Here you can see there is couple of options we have. One thing we can do is like Auto IT window info. So this is one tool we need to use. Okay, I'll show you how it can be utilized. And then apart from that, you will have there is this script editor. Okay, so where you can write Auto IT scripts. Auto IT scripts can be written in multiple languages. If you want to use like um, VB script. Okay, so it's like more into .NET, right? So VB script, then you can use this editor, and you can write the operations in Java too. Okay, for that you have to use a separate tool or separate jar for that. Okay, so anyway, these are the two important things that we generally use. And right now, for our purpose, we use Java, right? So we don't use this locate editor to write your Auto scripts. Okay, but there is a way to do that, or there is a possibility if ever needs you can use that. Okay, but we are not concentrating on that approach. Okay, now what is this one will do is you remember what is the use of locators, right? In your browser, you want to type somewhere. What do you do? What do you get? You get a locator, like whether ID or name or XPath, CSS, like that, and then you will give it to the Selenium. Selenium will be able to identify matching locator and perform the operation. Similarly, let's say I want to, for example, if I say save, okay, now I want to type a name here. Okay, that means I should know the location here, and I want to click on save button, so I should know the location of this or locator of this button. So how do you know that? There is this finder tool. Click and drag and to the location where you want to see, then it will give you the details of that window or that particular area. So title is save as. Okay, so title is save as is the title, and then class ID, and then position, size, style. Okay, handle, and basic control info. Class is, class type is edit, instance one, control. There will be so much details that you get. Okay, generally what you do is I suggest you to use this one. So summary advanced class, take this one. Okay, this will be your locator. Class is edit, and then instance is one. Okay, so like it works most 90% of time. Advanced class will work for you because the amount that we use in auto IT is very limited. So this should, this locator should sufficient for us. For example, if you click on cancel, okay, so how do you do that? Then this is like class is type button and instance is 3. Let's say if you want to click on save, then class is button and then instance is 2. Like that, there are almost constant, they never change, so you can use it freely. Okay, and this is the purpose of using this window info. Okay, you will have two versions of that. One is 64-bit and then x86. You can use any one. Okay, that's almost similar. Any questions on using auto ID windows info? All right. Okay. Now there are a lot of things that we have to do, uh, the other things, in order to use auto IT in our Java code. Okay, so there are a couple of steps that we need to perform. Now I'll take a general example. I'll write a sample code and then we'll try to integrate with our system. Okay, so class sample. Yeah. Here, what I need to do here is like first there are to add dependencies. Okay, so actually this is more of talking Windows objects, right? It's like Windows OS objects. Windows OS objects as written in .NET. Okay, so in order to communicate them, we should use some DLLs. Okay, so download Java DLL. So DLL files are kind of, if you are developing something in the Java, you use .jar files. If you are developing something in the .NET, then you use DLL files. So generally, you need to download something called Java DLL. That is the second step. And then the third step is uh, register authority DLL. Okay, actually, this is one-time activity for your system. So in your system, if you do one time, that should be sufficient. And then the fourth one is right row. Okay, so we have to perform all these four operations. One is adding a dependency and then download a job DLL file and register auto IT DLL and then write the program. Okay, so this can be done beforehand also. You don't need to do that at the end. Actually, this is available already. So maybe install auto IT and then register auto IT TLL can be done in parallel. Okay, so maybe I'll put it like this. Then how to register? See, in order to register, you need to run a command. That command has to run in a command line. That command line has to be your administrator command line. Okay, open uh, admin administrator. Okay, this is very important. So how do you open? You open like when you type CMD, you'll get this one. So you should use run as administrator. So you cannot open normal one. Okay, you cannot open normal. So you have to open run as an administrator. So this is very important. Uh, yeah. Now by default your path will be Windows and System32. Actually, where you have to go from there is Ganesh. I cannot access. Can you open the C drive? One second. Yeah, actually, I think in the remote there will be problem with the administrator portal. When we use administrator command prompt, we'll check it out. So you have to go to C drive, and then from there you have to go to the program files and search for auto ID. So it's not available here, and obviously you should go for program file x86, and you see auto ID3 here, and then you have, see, this is where your auto IT exe files are available. Okay, and similarly here you will get something called in the folder auto ITX, there is this DLL auto IT x3 underscore x64.dll. So this is the DLL file that we need. So either this DLL file can be copied into this folder, or the command like you can uh, yeah, Ganesh, can you click on that uh, folder? Can you copy the path address? No, no. You do like just click on here and then copy. Yeah, copy and then go to the command prompt and then cd space and give this path. Okay. Okay. So now we are in this location. In this location, what we have is we have that file. Can you type dir, enter? You can see that file auto itx3 underscore x64.dll. So that dll file has to be registered. How do you do that? Can you type this command? This command has to be the same. Uh, reg svr svr 32 space capital A auto IT, capital A auto, capital I, small t, x3 x capital underscore x small x x64 dot dll, enter. Yeah. See, what you will get is this auto x36 DLL successfully succeeded. Once you see this message, you can click on OK and close this command prompt. Click on OK and then close. So actually, this is one-time operation for your system. So that should be fine. Can you copy that command and then put it in the notepad so that it can be saved and shared? Okay. Okay. So in order to register, what do we do? Regs SVR 32 and then auto IT X3 underscore X64 dot DLL. Okay, so this is 64-bit DLL, and you will have 32-bit also. But if it is 32-bit GB, 32-bit OS, then you have to use that. Okay, so now, okay, so this is the one that we have to do. Yeah. After this, what we need to do is we need to uh, add the dependencies which is related to Selenium. Sorry, which is related to Auto IT. There are two dependencies that we need to add. One is Jobco, another one is Auto IT. So these two dependencies that we need to add, and then followed by I need to download this DLL file. Okay, so let me open. Where do you generally download? You download it from MVN repository. MVN mvnrepository.com. Search for Jobco. So Java Com Bridge. Jacob is Java Com Bridge. So this is the one, and actually it is available 1.14.3. There is latest version also available for us, but we'll use, like, if you are using Maven, this is the one that, and you put that to project. You will have form.xml. So after this dependency, the next dependency is about Jacob. That is one dependency. The other one is you have, yeah, here you need to download a DLL file, and if you click on this button, which button? So view all button. Okay. So here there is some file called Jacob 143,634 DLL. Okay. So this DLL has to be downloaded into your system. Keep, and this file, generally where I keep that is copy. How we kept our driver in the resources, I'll keep the DLLs also. Okay, so new class, new folder, you can say auto IT folder, and inside that I'll copy that one. Okay, so those DLL file will be copied here. Now, yeah, that is the next step. You don't need to go anywhere and search for different things. You can just search for in the AVN repository itself. So where is my, okay? What is the one? Jacob jar, which the is the version 1.14.3. Okay, and DLL can be downloaded from here. Okay, so one jar is downloaded. Another jar or the dependency that we need to use is AutoIT. Okay, AutoIT. So there are multiple versions of AutoIT we have, but the latest one is d.openkeyword. You can use that, and then this is the latest version. So you can choose the latest version, and formatting Control Shift F, so that it will automatically format, and then the things will download automatically once you save them. So it start downloading the okay. Now everything is set it up. Like you have added all the prerequisites that we needed for auto IT to be executed. Now in this case, what I do is, let me tell something. So IT. I'll just close these notepads. Okay. So I've just created a class and I created a method. The first one that I need to do is I just want to launch a notepad and perform the operation. In order to launch the notepad, I have to do Windows on. Okay. So what we have here is auto IP. Okay. Uh, so now you have your auto ITX. Okay. So auto ITX auto equals to auto IT equals to new auto ITX. Okay, so this is the command that we use to start auto IT. But the problem here is with if I want to run this program, okay, so if I want to run this, it needs some binaries. The DLL that we have copied, right? Jacob DLL. It needs the DLL file. Okay. So how if you want to run Chrome browser, you need Chrome driver.exe, right? Similarly, it needs that DLL file. Okay. So we need to tell that DLL file is available in this path auto-it/Jacob. Okay, so what it is missing here is no Jacob in java.library path. So because of that it is missing. Now what I need to do is I need to provide that path. Okay, so how do I provide that? System dot set property. Okay, set the property. The property will have a key and it will have a value. So the key will be generally webdriver.chrome.driver, webdriver.gecko.driver, right? So similarly, what we have is here, we need to provide, instead of we define the string, they have defined the string in a class called library loader. Okay, so this is, there is a class called library loader, and then Jacob DLL path. So this is the uh, string that you have to provide. It internally has one string. Okay, So jacob.dll.path. So even if you put that, this string is also fine, but what we have using is a constant. I told you about constants, right? Instead of v type, they have provided this option. Okay, use this option. So at that time, the enums are not very famous. That's why they are still at the constant level. Like it's around 2013 or something. Now the path, see the path is very important thing here. Now you can use two kinds of paths. One is absolute path, another one is relative path. So this is your absolute path. Okay, this is your absolute path. If I give the absolute path, there is no problem. Okay, it works fine. Let me copy that. So whenever you have copied that inside the double quotes, one slash will become two slashes. Okay. So right click, run as testing the test. What it will do is it now passed. That means that DLL is available. Okay. The problem with this approach is this path, if I hard coded like this in my code, if I have to run it in another machine, it will not work because the previous path we do not save the same. We do put it in a different places, right? So this is not the correct one. So what we need to do is we need to use a relative path. So how do you put the relative path? From your C drive or D drive to your project name, you cannot give, and you need to replace with dot. Dot refers to the current base folder, and then from there src test resources. This will be common for everybody. Okay, so no matter where you uh, execute or where you put your project, so the path is same. But now if you see this is not working. Okay, so expecting an absolute path of a library, and it does not provide the absolute path. Okay, so what we need to do is like the relative path, it is not able to store. That's why what I do is uh, generally the approach that we follow for this is we create a file equals to new file, and inside that file you provide this. That means now you create an object of class called file. This file has a method. Okay, this file has a method dot get absolute path. What is the method that we have? File dot get absolute path. So with this, what we get is like we'll get the absolute path which required for. Okay, now that is this shortcut available here. I used it. Now it is passed. Okay. Now, if you wonder why run or debug is coming, because it's the latest Eclipse version, they are provided by default. That piece. Okay. Now, yeah. So auto ID object is launching. So now you need to write the code to launch the notepad and then do your operations, which is related to auto ID. Okay. So how do I do that? Uh, what I want to do is I want to run like Windows R. You know Windows R, right? Windows plus R. What it will do? It will do like this. It will open a run prompt. Here, what I do is I'll type Notepad. Okay, so Notepad, and then after that I'll click on Enter. Then once you do that, so click on Enter, or you can even click on OK button also. You will get this one. So here you will type something and then run it. Okay. See, uh, auto IT has, let me remove this, some methods. How Selenium has methods, auto IT also has some methods to for you to perform operations. Okay, so auto IT dot, you have all these options. What are they? uh, you might not use everything, but just see: control click, control command add string, check, control tab delete string, edit paste, find string, get current control column. Okay, and control disable, control hide, control move, control tree, drive map add. Okay, mouse click, mouse get cursor, mouse move, pixels, wait active, win close, win get. So these are all the methods you can think of, like whatever you can do with the auto IT, you can do with the help of this. Right now, what I want to do is I want to type, right? So generally we use send. Okay, so what send will do is send will simulate keystrokes to the active window. Okay, so there is this term active window is very important. You see what is meant by active window is, uh, let's say I have done this right now, which is in active window is this run window is the active window. Whatever Eclipse window is not an active window. Okay, so uh, let's say if I click on this now, Eclipse is an active window, and then uh, the one like Windows R is not active window. Let's say if I click on this, now the active window is confirm exit, not the Eclipse. So this is the active window, and whatever the operations that you have to perform is on active window. First, you have to make your whatever the operations. Like said, let's say this is the scenario now you have. Uh, Now Windows R is not the active window, but you want to perform operations on like Windows, that prompt. Okay, so what you need to do, first you need to make your run command or run prompt as an active window. Okay, then then you perform any operations on this. Okay, so that's the approach that we have to follow. And here when I say auto IT dot send, okay, there are two versions of send: control send and send. Control send is when you type actually something into a Windows locator. So by using locator, you want to, at that locator you want to type something, use control send. And normal send will type wherever the cursor is available at that point of time. So that's the difference. And also you have two versions of send, overloaded versions. One which takes what to type, and then the second one is boolean is raw. Okay, so this is very important. Why it is important is, let's say I type, uh, please observe carefully, this is the only tricky part you have in send things. So if you understand this, then there is no problem. Okay, so now what we have here is, um, hi. Okay, so when I run this program, okay, when I run this program, I'll see what will happen. Okay, so the program started executing and the cursor is available there. So that's why it printed hi there. Okay, and what I want to do here is not printing the hi. I want to open Windows key. See, let's say for example, Windows and then R. You cannot give like this. Okay. So what it will do is it will type Windows space and then R. It's not actually calling Windows R. So window is a special key, right? What are the special keys that we have? Okay, so we have multiple special keys like shift, function, control, okay, alt, Windows key, space, okay, and then tab, shift, caps lock. These are all the special keys. Okay, so you have to use certain type of shortcuts in order to call them. Okay, so what shortcuts we have is, if you want to call Windows, then you need to use a symbol called hash. Hash refers to your Windows key. Okay, now hash or, sorry, hash or you can see here, right? What does that mean by hash or? It means Windows or. Now I'm just running it now, see what will happen. See, hash or game. Let's say you have two similar different scenarios. Somewhere in your examples, you want to actually type hash, not what hash does. So generally, if you want to print, let's say something like this, forget about hash or my hashtag. Okay, so here hash my is actual hashtag that I want to use. It's not like Windows my, right? So this is one scenario that we can get, and the other scenario that we can get is Windows or. So which one to, like, you have to tell to Auto IT what is the purpose of using it. Okay, so what is the purpose of using it? Now that can be differentiated by the second argument, which is raw. Okay, so what it can take is raw. By default for this one, it will be true. Now if you say, if you provide false, that means it's not raw. Raw means exactly what you have, that will be typed. If it is not raw, then it will convert this hash into Windows button, and then it will print. It will do the Windows or. See, Windows or it will run. So now my point here you have to remember is, whenever you want to perform any special operations using send button, you have to do that special characters and then followed by comma false. Okay, if you give the true, that means raw, and then if it is uh, false, then you just give the false. If it is like special characters you have to perform, then you give the false. After that, what I do is auto id dot send notepad. Okay, so now what it will perform, let me close this. One more time I'm executing. See, right now what it will do is it will type Windows or and then notepad. See, it's typed NOT here and then EPAD here. What does that mean? What went wrong there? See, we have autoit.send will execute. After that, immediately 20 lines will be executed. It is not waiting for the Windows that windows are to come, and immediately it executing. So what I want to do is, now if you want to avoid that such a kind of thing, you can add sleeps in between. You can add sleeps in between, or you can do some kind of coding standards, weightings and things. Like what is auto IT dot wait um, win wait active. So there is this method called win wait active, and if you provide the title of this window, it will wait execution of the script until the requested window is active. Okay, so generally don't use this first one, use the third one, because third one has the timeout. If you don't use the timeouts, it will wait for indefinite time. So something went wrong and the window is not open and you are waiting for the window, the program will keep on waiting for infinite time. So better to avoid that scenario. So to use the third option, third method, third overloaded method, what it needs is, it needs title and it needs text. If you have any text inside that window to be identified with, you can use that, but you can simply give empty also. And then the timeout, how much time it needs for this one. So what is the title? First you need to get the title. Text will be empty. Let's say I'll wait for 30 seconds. Okay. Now the title is run is the title. If you have any questions about that, what you can do is, there is this where is that? Auto IT Windows info is there, right? You open that and drag to your window. It will give you what is the title. Okay, so that title you can take, and then you can use any of these text. If you want to use to identify this, you can use any of these text, and then you can use, now you have control V, but I don't want to use text, that's fine. Now right click, run as test ng test. Okay, I should have closed it. Now it seems it's waiting, right? Okay, so right click, one more time I'll run. Two times it's executed. See, one time, every time it worked. So why? You waited for this one and then it is worked. And let's say you are waiting for a window. Let's say that window is not available. I'll give wait for 10 seconds and then run. See what happens. This is negative scenario. You should know what happens if you don't find the window. See, it's not find out, then it will wait for 10 seconds. After 10 seconds, actually what it will do is, it will simply ignores it. It returns the false. Okay, boolean, it returns false. You can check that uh, if it is true, then only you can perform the next operations. If it is false, don't perform the next operations. Okay, so if Okay, so what we do here is we just run. It will wait for 10 seconds. After that, it says that window not found. Okay, so win wait active is very important method for you to synchronize the execution. Okay, that worked fine. So I'll go to the next one. After typing the notepad, what is the operation that you need to do? What is the next operation? So next operation is you have to enter, you have to press enter, or you have to press, you have to click on OK. Okay, so I told you Windows button is hash, and obviously like you should have the other buttons. You should know what shift uses or what enter uses, right? So for that you have this auto IT documentation available where you can get all the operations that it performs. Okay, so using documentation is very important. Okay, why it is important is like it will give you all kinds of now you see control is cap, alt is exclamation, and shift is plus, hash is Windows. Okay, and these are the examples we have. And you see, if you put flower brackets and then inside you type tab, you use tab, it performs the tab operation. Okay, so this is plus means, what does that plus means here? Plus is shift, so that means this is shift tab. Cap means control, it's a control tab, and then control shift tab, this is space. Okay, and then it's a checkbox, this is the uncheck. Okay, down, up, left, right, and then what else you have? Enter. So this is what we need, right? What if you want to click on enter, what I need to do is this flower brackets and then enter. So auto IT dot send enter. We'll see whether it works or not. You have a small things that it is missing. Can anybody tell me what it is, what wrong we have done? See, whatever you type send, the same thing has been typed here. But that's not what you want, right? What you need to perform that enter operation. So that's where comma false comes into picture. So now if you do this, notepad will be typed and then it will click on this one. So now what you do is after this, you need to wait for this window to present. So how it can be done? It gives you what is the title. This is the title you have. See, it matches partial text also. It need not to be the exact. Okay, so just remember that. Now let me have this. Auto IT dot win weight active. Okay, win weight active, and then the title is untitled notepad. Then the text is empty, and then timeout is, let's say, 10 seconds. Now it will wait and then active. It will activate. Then what it is going to do? You have to type something here. So how do you type? What is the location for the typing? By default, you have this class edit one, right? I told you go to the summary, and in the summary you have this advanced class. Okay, this is the locator you have. This locator, just identify that, and you use auto it dot control send. Okay, so control send is two things you have. One is normal, and then another one is boolean. So if your text contains that some operations to be performed, then you put send false, or else you just use this control send, and the title where you want to perform the thing is untitled hyphen notepad, and the text to identify the window that you can append, put empty, and control is the control where you want to type, and then the string is what you want to type, a random text that I want to type. So something like this. And then what is the title? If you don't provide the title, it will not perform the operation there. So generally what we do is we click as like string notepad title equals to, you'll give like this. So that you don't need to do it in multiple places, right? Now what it will do, it will type. Okay, so I'm going to run as test engine test. Okay, so say a random text that I want to type. This is what typed, and you can use Alt F, save, or exit you can use, and then there is one shortcut I have, Alt F4. So when I say Alt F4, it will ask you to you'll get this window, alert window, or pop-up where you can click on don't save. So how do you type that? How do you type that? So the typing is very simple. You need to know what is alt and what is F4. So you can go to the this one. So halt is this exclamation mark is alt, and then control F, F, and alt F4. So how do you do that? F1 to F12 you can give inside the square. Okay, so you can give like this. How? Alt will be this, and in the brackets you will have F4. Okay, so when I run that, you got this windows, right? All you need to do is don't save button. You have to click on don't save. So how do you click on don't save? You use this finder tool, and then you click on this don't save. So what you got is the title is notepad. The total title is notepad, and you click on don't save. Here some tricky part we have. I just want to tell you. See, the previous title is notepad, untitled life and notepad. That means it contains the notepad string. So I told you this is not exact match that you want to pass. It matches only partial one. Okay. So if I pass notepad, it can identify two windows here. One window is this one, and another window is the other one, like this one. Also, it can identify. Okay, so how can I discriminate, or how can I differentiate this notepad and this notepad to the auto IT is with the help of the text. You want to save changes to untitled. So if we provide the text, that means it will check the title. If it has identified two titles, and it will check with this text which one is matching with this text, and that title will be identified. So how do I do that? Auto IT dot control click. I want to click on control click. And also before that, what I need to do is auto IT dot wait win win wait active. Okay, win wait active. So all you need to do is you need to provide notepad close. Okay, so it will wait for that Windows to be activate, comma, string, comma, 10 seconds. I told you, right, you can use that text option. So how can I do that? Visible text. Uh, I can use this any one of the text we have. Cancel. I can use cancel here. So the same text can be used here, and the same title can be used here, and then control ID we have to provide to perform the operation. So where you can have different options. You can click on save, don't save, cancel. I want to click on don't save. So that locator is this one. First locator is this one. So I'm just copying it and then pasting it. So extra spaces should not be. And this is how it has to be done. And control click will click on that button. So if I use this complete one, I should be able to do the end-to-end scenario. Any questions you have? See, everything is done. It's launched, closed, and there are certain minimizations you have. Instead of use these two, you can put that here and comma false. Okay, and instead of clicking enter, you can use some other options too. Okay, so yeah, but basic things is this. What you have, you can perform Windows related operations using auto IT. There are certain limitations you have. Okay, so like any other OS will not work. Okay, or it cannot identify all the elements. So but still for our example, this is more than enough. Okay, any questions? Okay, after you clicking this button through Selenium, so let's say like that, and first the command you have to use is win wait active for open, and you give a timeout. So that means it will wait till the open window comes into picture. And then the second one is you need to type a file name here. Let's say file name is uh, ABC pack. So whatever the file that you have, you will type ABC pack. Okay. Now after that, this is the type. For that you will get the control, and then you will type here control send, and then you have to click on open button. Okay. So that's what you have to do. All these three operations. For that, it should be your JPEG file so that it automatically uploads. Okay, so and then once you do that, you will come back to your Selenium and you can write the Selenium codes there onwards. Okay, so that's a pretty straightforward one. Now what I want to do, what I want you to do is you have to work on it, those uploading part, and write the scripts. There is no new method you have to use. All the code that we have written here, the same things can be used there. The same approach can be used. Okay, so all you need is like here directly it starts from auto IT. There first Selenium will be executed, then auto IT will be executed. Okay, so I want you to do that assignment. Okay, so today's or this week assignment will be